Hi, and welcome back to my podcast, the place where we shape the leaders of tomorrow. For today's episode, I thought about discussing delegation. If you watched my previous videos, you know I mentioned that there are certain actions you can take as a manager that can considerably ease your life. Well, delegation is precisely one of them. If you search online, the definition of delegation is the process of distributing and entrusting work to another person. In reality, you don't just do that, you also empower people around you to grow, to learn new skills, and most importantly, you give yourself important time to focus on strategy. On the same note, delegating will demonstrate to your team that you trust them, and that will improve your overall professional connection. A manager's role outside leadership, client, and relationship management is also focused on thinking. I knew some amazing leaders that would lock calendars in specific days with this purpose alone, to think how to improve the work they do, how to improve retention, customer satisfaction, etc. If the only thing you do day in, day out is being fully engaged in operations, there is no time to innovate, and that is where the value comes from. Let's see how you delegate, when, and to whom. Very importantly is to be willing to delegate. In many circumstances, we have the feeling that we are the only ones that can deliver at a certain level of quality. And as true as that might be, you need to try and ease that state of control. You do that by truly understanding the benefits. More time to think, an opportunity for your employees to step up and feel empowered, a new way of looking at things. There are multiple types of delegation, general, formal, or informal. However, as I said in the introduction to this podcast, I will not be sharing things that you can Google search yourself. I want you to finish this video and feel better about distributing work effectively and making the most out of it. So, for delegation to work, you need to check 3 boxes. 1. Be willing to delegate, and we covered that before. Wanting to let go and not overthinking it is the first step. 2. Know your team very well. And 3. Remember that you retain the responsibility of the outcome. We discussed about the will to delegate and the importance of it, not just for you, but for your team as well. The other critical aspect is around how well you know your team. When you identify the tasks or the projects you want to delegate, you need to be very cautious to match the task or the project with the correct individual in the team, and that equals you knowing them very well. Doing so will also make success easier for them, because at the end of this experiment, you want to have team members that were trained to do more and do it well. Last item on the list sounds simple but requires some active actions from your side. So, even if you delegate, final responsibility sits with you. That means you must ensure that before the actual delegation, you have given the correct set of instructions, clear expectations, and that you are continuously following up with the task resolution. You should have regular catch-ups with your team to monitor progress, address outstanding issues, and very importantly, give feedback. I know there are managers out there preferring to give feedback at the end of the project or task delegated. However, in my personal view, giving feedback throughout the process ensures its success. Do pay attention on how you follow up. What you don't want is start micromanaging, as that will show a lack of confidence, will not make your life easier, and make the entire delegation process inefficient. Delegation is a sign of maturity in the way you manage. It's a sign of clear trust you put in your team with some important deliverables, and a great sign you care about your people's professional development. There are also tasks that should not be delegated, and in my view, those are the following: hiring or firing people, career development or performance reviews, any financial tasks with impact on the business. Being a good delegator will take time, and understanding what is okay or not to delegate is part of the journey. I do hope you found this content useful. See you next time for more learning.